Well, I guess all the building, the colonizers have gone to sleep, and it's been getting pretty kind of quiet. The contrast um, at night, you can hear sometimes it's just you can pick up on the population's um, stamina rate, and when there's that contrast, I mean for sure that there is a huge it's phenomenal, when sorry, I'm not saying much. When you kind of wake up a little bit, um, and you realize what people are doing as just a mechanism, I guess, the massive weirdness of it. Because we are just, they talk about this sometimes, that this is a simulation, and so, but they need machinery to generate it. Now, I say, and of course, yeah, this is what we could say is that human beings are that machinery, but it's not generating the simulation the way that you think we are doing, like, say, with our hands. No, not at all. Whatever we're tooling about with here is just like the illusion part, like we're all doing something, I guess. This is great sci-fi, I guess we'll talk about it. Mars is currently gone, oh, pardon me, Kazemi. And during this time of Mars having disappeared behind the sun, even though it's in a strong sign placement of Scorpio, I mean, but that energizing, as the Pluto ruler ruled, still, yeah, of course, I'm going through a hell of a change. I'm not even going to mention it here. None of anybody's business going through change, but really, no, I could. The main thing is how we think about it, right? Our minds can blow it out of proportion because it's like, well, maybe it's not so bad, maybe it's actually a great thing, you know. But the mind will process it as not being able to have a certain feeling or whatever, or it's just addicted to being what it is as uh, fearful and depressed if it can't just be what it tries to be, which is all kinds of stuff except for reality and the truth. I mean, the mind is there. It's just there, and you better realize the nature of it, right? It's been really tough for me. I'm a physical person, better to be physical, and then your mind can follow. It can just feel so much better. The stagnation comes from being caught up in the web of the mind. Really, it's just the mind's um, ability to hang up your entire behavioral patterning. Really, a lot of people will never say it that way, but it's like, if we can really start talking about it, then that's the most daring thing. Because, first of all, it'll go against, now, I talked about this before, it goes against the neighbors are leaving. There's a certain sound now I'm accustomed to it. What it is they put up a iron bar fence over there, and they wrap a chain around it, and it makes a certain sound. And I have audiographic memory. I can hear that sound. Um, I just know that sound. I know when it happens at 4 in the morning or 5 in the evening or any time. They'll never be able to hide from me. This funny thing, what I notice is they put that fence up, and now you cannot. You can tell when they're not there indefinitely is when their gate is closed and locked, and then when they're there, their gate is open, and it was never that blatant and evident from on the road than when they put that fence there. It's weird. They're not going to get out of the car and shut it each and every time. They just don't. Uh, maybe they do. Anyway, I love my neighbors, believe it or not. I feel, but I feel something that I don't blow it out of proportion. I've been here for 35 years. Okay, so if I don't become known as one of the leaders, like I said in my last video, I'm not saying this as I need power. No, this is just a fact, and I have to step up to it. And I'm pretty sure I've been really kind of wondering what I'm supposed to do here, and it is this. It's like, oh, you want to know what we're supposed to do here? As a community, it might get it might get to the point where we'll have to remember, why do we even come up to the mountains and harbor ourselves next to a body, a flowing creek of water, and the way that this wilderness, in fact, can take care of us. But see, I'm seeing an overlay of a style of living that says, well, let's put our survival gear and everything in a box over here, and we're taking care. We're looking out for our community, and it's like, nope, this mountain is doing that for us, and if you knew how to take care, it will take care of you. That is how I end up here, and that's who I know. I am related to survivalists. They kind of just know that, oh God, there isn't anything more fulfilling than finding that ledge, or finding your nook at night, setting up your camp, and it's even storming. It's maybe a windstorm, or maybe even a snowstorm, but you have the know-how and the wherewithal to do enough for yourself to just be cozy. Maybe you have a little dog or a cat. That was me up here. And it's still me, I mean, now I live in a cabin. I've been homeless up here. The thing is up here, it is so convenient to have fallen homeless. Just you go camping in the campgrounds, and to end up with no car, not really a big deal, because you just walk. It's just a mile to town. Get a backpack. Didn't really come up here to have a fucking speedway. Came up here to enjoy the wilderness, man. And I know people right now, narcissists, who kind of shiver at that. I kind of say it, it's a mild term, when I say I'm a mountain person. I'm a mountain person. It might just means I still use wood to burn, to heat my bones in the wintertime. I stay up here year round. I'm up here for the rocks and the trees and the ambiance of the wilderness. It scares them. It scares other people. They're like, they're kind of just it's their projection for sure. I mean, you can see it now. Oh, thanks for listening. Not going to be like this forever. I'm feeling my getting near like 40 years of living up here, and it's not going to be forever that I stay up here. I don't stay. I probably avoid a disaster or something, eventually. I mean, it's terrible what it's ended up like. I am not happy with the kinds of people that ended up around me, like up against right here. And then what the fuck happened over there? It's like, I was just waking up this morning. It's literally, I have a box of land. And over here, well, we know over here is the Airbnb. They just went fucking zombie. And then that's across the street. But then over here, we got the asphalt spillers. Right about when I see these guys, they're going to restore the meadow with a massive tractor, and then put the fence up double time and do this weird stuff. And all of them have the strangest. Now, all of them have the strangest conversation that says, like a hymn, calling the sheriff on me even. And the sheriff comes down. They can do anything they want on their property. And I'm like, I try to level with that sheriff and say, dude, can you listen to what you're saying? That's not even proper in jail housing. In jailhouses, if people are doing whatever they want to do, first of all, they can't, because it's not without being felt or smelled or affected. You're affecting each other here. That's what I meant. And another thing is too, is like, say, like the asphalt spiller. What if that was really self-harm? What if it was? It is. Really, it is. And environmental harm. Like, what if other people looking at it would actually feel like, disgruntled when they saw it? Now it's unhealthy for them. Those people would be taken to solitary confinement and punished for having created that situation in that arena in the jailhouse. So they're my point is they're living more respectfully and more conscientiously than these people out here that I'm getting surrounded by. And then I'm thinking, oh, well, so this is happening this way, asphalt this way, Airbnb checkout this way for years now, and then over here we've got people that just they pose as being aesthetically concerned, but they're bringing all their version of it from, I don't know, I mean, cool, but those squirrels are going to go up there and start eating that shit. And what are you going to do? You're going to start shooting the squirrels down? Man, I'm going to fucking shoot you. Sad. And then over here, so is the other corner, just right at the same time. It's all around me that has just escalated into this. I'm looking around, and the main thing is, you guys, it's not a very good human ecology. And maybe it's just me, maybe I need intensive care, you, kind of thing, but almost a unit. But I'm saying, when do we just start saying we need to take a break? And the only break that is given to us is what we give ourselves. Like, we give ourselves the freedom, and we take care of each other. We soothe each other. We counsel each other. We do therapy for each other. We don't just fucking shut each other out, one fence at a time. Thanks for listening to this. I don't know what else to make of the changes I'm going through. I mean, boy, it's just a process. I'm really grateful for the process of life that I'm going through. Like I said, I'm trying not to process it through through my fear hole so much, because overall I feel really good. It's a physical thing, experience we're having. It's not really mental, unless if there's something valid that you want to say, that in fact, no, it's mental, Shauna, because it's the mind, body, mind. Yes, it's the mind of God is the one who is in control here, not spam hole there. Boy, that one really needs to take the back seat and make some good memory with that body. Get out there, move the body. That's really the way it works. They say they're trying to tell us the body will follow the mind. Just program that mind, get the mind to think a certain way, and then the body will follow. And it's like, no, it won't. And why do you want to wait? Just force the saying goes, just do it. Force yourself a behavior bodily. Get up early in the morning, do some kind of exercise, yoga, drink a tea, eat something good, whatever practice. Keep forcing yourself to do that. You're not just thinking about it and then it happens. No, you happen to do it, and then your mind starts to go, okay, okay, and then pretty soon you click in. It's like, it's not a problem. You just click in. How many days does it take? Oh, 40. It's not the other way around. Now, I'm saying, now I'll wrap this up as I'll put this movie on in November sometime. I say that's the man's philosophy. The man is the one who needs to teach his mind to follow the body, or something like that. What do they say? No, the body will follow the mind. He needs to learn that. The woman is completely different. It's like, we already understand that it's the mind that follows the body. The body is the place that finally you're going to get some kind of experience, whether it's one time or another. You're going to get on your feet, two and a half, one and a half. You're going to get these experiences that your mind is now going to start going, how is this happening? And you start learning how to learn. That's just a fact. And if you're stuck in your mind at an early age, and if you're stuck being told no and being gaslit all the time. It's like, would you shut up and let the fucking kid run around? Because it's experiencing things for the very first time. People don't, narcissists especially, do not take that into consideration, and they're just living in fear, and they're gonna, yeah, hey, it's scary, right? Your kid could fall and bap itself on the head. Did you notice the cushion that it's come equipped with? Little boys and girls are babies. They have their own bubble wrap. They're kind of built to take a few lickings and just keep on tickings, right? Oh God, this conversation. I went this far for 15 minutes, babes. What is it? Um, just energy. Mars going behind the sun, and I don't really feel inspired by any of the relationships I have right now. Not really. Uh, I'm an Aries rising. I'm a high frequency creative artist. I have a lot of other things I could be doing other than baking pies. But I dialed in a long time ago that baking pies for people is a lot more gratifying. For a lot of people will appreciate that more than trying to be a rock star. Look at how cool. Oh, I'm cool and really you just suck. You know what I mean? But when it's a really good fucking crispy, steaming fucking apple pie or something, people, if you're a narcissist, you're gonna get that thank you and all that energy, and then you just can keep doing it. Maybe, I don't know. Narcissists aren't really good at anything. They don't really and well, it's because they don't know what love is, and so they don't really enjoy it. It's because they don't really have the capacity to feel true, like, enjoyment through that kind of thing. They have a makeup that is disturbed from the very beginning. That's the sad thing about them. They might have a handicap from being heavily abused, and so their entire wiring is disenfranchised. Like I said, being told no from the very get-go, just having so it's on this constant. I was going to say primitive, but it's more like unevolved. It's de-evolved. It's very well. It's predictable, if you know what I mean. It's immature on the very predictable level of just these are children that are extremely insecure because they don't know a diddly squatting thing, and have never they are geared to a system or a way of being because of punishment reward, spamola way of being. Because the only way to be really is just to realize that, well, God is here, the truth is here, and when you hit that truth, it sets you free. You just get buoyant. You figure something out. You're like, eureka! And it's less work. The more truth you keep hitting, the less and less energy it's going to take for you to exist here. And that's not well known, but hey, look that up. Look that up and figure out, is that the truth or not? Yes, we can have a whole 3-hour conversation on just that topic alone. Is it true that if we work the truth more, that our lives become easier and more, say, buoyant, rising above a lot of things that, say, otherwise, if we didn't adhere to the truth, then it's, the saying goes, and I'm about to wrap this up, you can ignore the truth all you want, but you sure can't ignore the consequences from having ignored the truth.